Hi, PerspectiveWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday afternoon, April 2nd. A couple things to talk about today. First of all, a very interesting ocean storm that is running into an atmospheric roadblock as it tries to push to the north and east over the western Atlantic Ocean. It'll be forced to loop back around closer to the northeast U.S. coastline over the next 24 hours or so, keeping things quite unsettled in the mid-Atlantic region and the northeast U.S. with stiff winds not only this afternoon but tonight and tomorrow as well. And a band of showers will actually rotate around from the northeast to the southwest over the next 24 hours or so. Very well could produce some showers, especially New York City metro region, maybe all the way down to Philly. Probably not going to last all the way down to the D.C. metro region, but they should also see some clouds out of this ocean storm during the day on Saturday. In addition, we'll talk about some cold air outbreak possibilities over the next couple of weeks. It looks like we're going to have to deal with cold air outbreaks in the central and eastern U.S. right to at least the middle part of the month of April. This is a very interesting satellite imagery loop from a very good website called College of DuPage Weather, and this is a GO16 product called the red, green, and blue product, and right here is where this ocean storm is circulating. Almost can see an eye, and very well may be an eye in this. It's a strong storm already. It's intensifying. It came off the Carolina coastline, moved to the north and east, and will run into this atmospheric roadblock over the next 12 hours or so and loop back around closer to the northeast coastline. Won't come all the way back in, but it'll become close enough to have an impact. And then finally, by the early part of the weekend, it'll roll on out, back out over the open waters of the Atlantic, making a permanent exit. And the weather conditions in the mid-Atlantic region and northeast U.S. certainly should calm down over the upcoming weekend. But again, a very strong and intensifying ocean storm over the western Atlantic during the midday hours here on Thursday. Well, what is this blocking pattern that we're talking about here? And again, we've talked about the NAO teleconnection index that is now in negative territory. Often when it's in negative territory this time of the year for a sustained period of time, it suggests the possibility of high latitude blocking. And this particular map from the GFS Model 4 right now, early this afternoon on Thursday, shows the 500 millibar height anomalies and just way above the norm here across northern Canada and Greenland. Greenland is right here, and this is really what you see with its negative NAO pattern right here. Very strong atmospheric block indicated by the purples and the reds and the oranges. And we'll take that away here. Here's where the storm is located now over the western part of the Atlantic Ocean. You notice if it continued to the north and east, it would run into this blocking pattern, the higher heights than normal, higher pressure than normal over this part of the world, and therefore it'll take a loop back around in this fashion here and then finally move on out over the open waters of the central Atlantic over the upcoming weekend, all because of that very strong blocking pattern in the upper part of the atmosphere over the northern latitudes. Well, let's take a look at the very latest 12Z model run of the operational version of the GFS. First, let's take a look at the 850 millibar temperature anomalies, because I want to point out how we have these additional cold air outbreaks coming from Canada into the central and eastern U.S. over the next couple of weeks. Certainly looks like even the middle part of the month of April we'll see some cold air, colder than normal air throughout much of the eastern and central U.S. So let's take a look at these. Then we'll take a look at the surface forecast maps from the very latest 12Z model run of the GFS. First of all, it's colder than normal conditions right now with that storm over the western part of the Atlantic Ocean. That colder than normal air kind of hangs around for the next couple of days. But over the weekend, that storm finally exits. This is the Saturday morning forecast map. It'll finally exit and for good will not have an impact any longer come this weekend in the northeast U.S. or the mid-Atlantic region. It actually will turn a little bit milder over the upcoming weekend and certainly into the early and even the middle part of next week. Probably Monday will turn out to be a very nice day in places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, plenty of sunshine, maybe 70 degrees in D.C., well up in the 60s perhaps in Philly and New York City, above normal conditions. Here we are now, Tuesday of next week. Looks like that'll continue right into the middle part of next week, but then notice there's another cold air outbreak for this time of the year. It's colder than normal conditions by about Thursday of next week, coming from Canada across the Great Lakes into the northeast U.S. This is now a week from today, next Thursday, April 9th. That's one cold blast that's coming. And then let's keep moving forward. It does not mean we'll have colder than normal conditions right through the middle of the month. Indeed, we won't. We'll have some spells of very warm weather like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. And here we are now by next weekend with a break in between cold air outbreaks. We'll look at upstream here, and now we're looking at, this is the Sunday forecast, April 12th, Easter Sunday. It's relatively normal conditions here in the Mid-Atlantic region, but look at that upstream here, April 12th. Keep moving forward. That cold air mass definitely slides to the east into the Mid-Atlantic region, northeast U.S. by the middle of the month. This is the way the forecast map looks. Wednesday, April 15th, the middle of the month, a very expansive area of colder than normal conditions throughout much of the eastern two-thirds of the nation. Will go even a little farther out. Now this is way out in the forecast timeline here, but nonetheless I think it's been pretty consistent. It has a pretty good idea as to what could go on right here. And again, this is right into the middle of the month, April 16th right here. So definitely have some additional cold air outbreaks to deal with over the next couple of weeks, at least the next couple of weeks in the central and eastern U.S. Well, now let's take a look at the surface forecast maps, again from the very latest 12Z model run. Way on the eastern edge here of this forecast map is that western storm, but watch what happens over the next 24 hours. It runs into that atmospheric roadblock of very high heights compared to normal, high pressure compared to normal up across northern Canada and Greenland, really all the way to Iceland and the North Atlantic. And it's starting to loop back around. Let's go back and do that again here, and we'll see. Here, a very eastern edge, and watch it just loop back around to the southwest. Also, this band of clouds and showers rotates around this low pressure system from the northeast to the southwest, and it certainly can produce some showers tomorrow. Places like New York City, maybe even all the way down to Philly. May not make it down to the D.C. metro region, but they'll get some clouds as well. And the winds will stay strong this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow. Been gusting up to 40 miles per hour or so in the I-95 corridor, not only because it's a strong storm, but it continues to intensify this afternoon, which tightens that pressure gradient over the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast U.S. Winds finally die down on Friday night, and then finally this storm will pull on out of here, make a permanent exit this time out into the open waters of the central Atlantic. Things will become much more settled Saturday and Sunday in the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast U.S., and with more settled weather, we'll get more sunshine, and that by itself will boost temperatures. We'll have a warming trend begin over the upcoming week, and by the time we get to Monday, this frontal system pretty much dies out, and here we are now on Monday, right here, looking like a very nice day indeed to start the work week. Probably plenty of sunshine in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City on Monday, with high temperatures in the 70s most likely in D.C. and well up in the 60s in New York and Philadelphia. Then we have to deal with another round of showers, it looks like. Here we are now, late Tuesday night time frame. It looks like shower activity, and right into the day on Wednesday. Again, it looks like Tuesday night and Wednesday, some showers for the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast U.S. Then we look upstream, and here we go. An initial cold air outbreak by the latter part of next week, Thursday, Friday time frame. And again, it looks like we'll have additional cold air outbreaks to deal with during the middle part of the month of April. That's it for now. For PerspectiveWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.